Welcome back, everyone. I'm raw dogging the world with my face today. I didn't want to put makeup on.
I'm Genesis.
Oh yeah, I'm JuneBug. Let's see how this goes. Woo. It's on your sleeve.
What's up?
He wanted a snack. I've been wanting to do a video on this for a while, but it's not a true crime.
So what's this about?
Well, you go learn about it. Now, my new notes. Hi.
You say we have a rocket under the table.
Yeah, they know the drill when I shoot true crimes, that he just kind of pops in and out. So I'm forcing you to learn about the Tsavo man-eaters. Do you know that?
Not at all.
You might after I do a bit more description.
What's the name? Like, I want to see it spelled. Oh, I'm pretty sure the T is silent. I think it's just Tsavo.
Tsavo man-eaters. Tsavo or Tsavo man-eaters? Have you seen the Ghost in the Darkness film?
Nope.
It came out in '96.
When I was 9 years old?
So probably not age of... I've seen it twice. Neither by choice. It's with Val Kilmer.
Really?
Yeah. And Michael Douglas.
Huh. It's an interesting combination.
Now, these are probably the most famous man-eating lions in history.
Man-eating lions. Okay.
Now, is it ringing bells?
Oh.
Oh, okay. They are widely studied for, like, why big cats may turn to this behavior. He's not a little man-eater. He's a man-annoyer. So I'm gonna set the scene. It's the Tsavo region of Kenya between March and December of 1898. So we going back.
That's recent. Okay.
Did you say recent?
Yeah.
That's not recent. The Kenya-Uganda Railway is being built. The British own it. Imperialism is going strong right now. So that's the issue of its own. But we're here to talk about the man-eating lions that haunted the area. Haunted. Neither are good. So the building site is obviously huge because they're, hey, stop eating the placemats. They're trying to build an entire railway. So there's several camps spreading over 8 miles for the workers.
Okay.
And I learned that most of the workers were actually Indian, apparently.
Owned by the British, shipping in all sorts of other people to labor there.
Their shit, yeah. So the project is led by Lieutenant Colonel James Henry Patterson. He's very white, if you couldn't get that vibe from the name. And he actually wrote the book about this, because he wrote the book the movie's based off of, his experience with the lions. So John, arrived days before the disappearances and killings started. So many locals and workers believed like this was a bad omen or evil spirit. Like he caused the issue.
Oh, jeez.
Which I mean, the white people did, but that's neither here nor there. Now, the killings are being done by 2 maneless lions. Maneless male lions.
Oh.
Which I learned that apparently that's common in the Tsavo region because it's so dry. They just don't grow a mane. But they were maneless, and the 2 male lions were always together. There was no other lions. It was always the 2. That's buds for life, I guess. Now, first the lions would stalk the campsites, and then 1 lion at a time would sneak in to a tent and drag a worker out. They would drag the worker out to its friend, who was waiting patiently. And then they would eat them. This happened a lot. For a while, it was almost every night.
Are we talking like dozens of people killed, or are we getting into the hundreds?
I'll tell you the finals at the
Okay.
end.
So this happened every night, and I can't assume this was a short amount of time.
No. Now, so a couple months into this 9-month period, the killings would randomly stop in the middle of it. Now, can't 100% confirm it because it's 1898. Can't confirm if it was the same 2 lions, but during the time when like the workers were left alone, villages were like hit with lion attacks and like were being eaten by lions.
Good Lord.
So they think it was the same 2 lions, just, I don't know, branching out on the menu, I guess.
That was getting boring. Let's try something new.
They obviously can't confirm it's the same 2 lions, but it seems suspicious.
Seems suspicious that over 9 months nobody had a rifle or something to shoot these.
We're getting there. Now, after a couple months of quote-unquote safety, when the lions, are just eating the village people, the 2 lions came back with a vengeance. So they started killing almost daily when they came back. And now with both lions just coming in, caution just to the wind, and they each were taking a victim at a time and leaving. So the camps would try to scare off the lions. It didn't work.
No.
They did like the huge campfires.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. They actually made huge thorn fences that were like taller than the average man, made of thorns. The lions would jump over them or crawl through them to steal people. You haven't heard of this?
No, I mean, I admire their gumption, but holy I can only imagine like some British person like, they keep eating people, just ship them more people by like the train load. This is ridiculous. How did they not run out of people?
So as the attacks got worse, hundreds of workers fled. They're like,
Yeah, why would you stick around?
we're leaving. So that obviously led to a halt on the construction of the bridge.
Really?
Because the people didn't want to get eaten by lions. Can't blame them. So this made John's higher-ups, you remember John?
Oh, yeah, the guy who wrote the book?
Yeah, and he was like leading the project. So his higher-ups are like, excuse me, why is there no progress being made on the bridge? So they decided to intervene. However, when the district officer, Mr. Whitehead, came, he barely escaped an attack himself. He was left with 4 claw lacerations down his back.
Oh, man.
But his assistant, Abdullah, was killed. So he's like, I don't believe this shit, and then shows up and it's almost killed himself. So after this, John and other officials and 20 armed infantrymen, which it said they were Indian as well,
Okay.
began the hunt. They decided now's the time. Let's try to shoot him now.
After what, half a year, these lions murdering...
9 months.
Yeah.
Well, 8 months at this point. It takes about a month to get them.
Yeah, can they murder? Because I think murder implies malice. Maybe they're just... Either way, after 9 months of these lions killing a lot of people.
Just snacking. So after many failed trap attempts, they couldn't trap the lions, and trying to ambush the lions at night, like from trees, so they're not near them, John finally shot the first lion on December 9th of 1898. The lion was 9'8" from tip of tail to nose. It took 8 men to carry it back to camp.
That's a massive lion.
It is. I don't know how long the tail is, but that's a lot. It's a lot of lion.
That's a lot of lion.
So he shot it once during the day, and it escaped. It came back that night. Turns out they were hunting each other.
Oh.
And John shot it again. It ran away again, but they found it dead the next morning.
Oh, okay.
So that second, third shot got it.
him.
But that second one, oh boy, it was a far bigger pain to kill. So, in layman's terms, they shot the lion once. It got away. They shot it twice more 11 days later when they finally saw it again. It got away again.
Got surprised. The bullet must go through and through, because if the lead stays there, you can die of lead poisoning from an old bullet.
We're not done yet. Next day, the lion was shot 3 more times, and it finally was crippled.
Yeah.
And it was shot a final 3 more times, twice in the chest and once in the head, and it finally killed it.
Good Lord.
So the lion actually was said to have died gnawing on a fallen tree branch, still trying to get to John to kill him. So in all, the second lion was shot 9 times, with 6 finding their mark. Now, the second lion was also killed 20 days after the first, for timeline.
Okay.
So, what'd you think of that?
That's insane.
It took a lot to put them down. So, aftermath now. Now that the lions are dead. So the crew returned. I assume not everyone. I assume some were like,
Yeah,
there's more lions there.
There's more than 2 in this whole freaking country.
Only the 2 seemed to be the issue, honestly. So they returned and finished the bridge in February of 1899. So 2 months later. They were so close to being done when the lions were like, you know what, we don't want a bridge. So the 2 lions became floor rugs at John's house for 25 years before he sold them for a whopping $5,000 to the Field Museum of Natural History, which is in Chicago. I've been there. he sold it in 1924. If you're wondering why such a, steep price.
1924.
It stated the rugs were in very rough condition.
Well, when you're shot about half a dozen times.
Just the one was. So the skulls and the taxidermy bodies are still on display there. I've actually seen them.
Oh.
It was before I saw the movie, so I'm like, what the heck these two do? Like, I didn't get the significance. So now to your question. How many victims? Well, it's unknown. It's thought to be up to 135.
That's a lot.
Yes. Now, this can't be proven, but it can't be disproven. They did like to point that out. Like, this can't be proven, guys. But we literally have no way to disprove it.
Yeah.
That's what John wrote in his book. Like, up to 135 people were killed. And the number is like a combo of the workers and then the people in the villages.
Yeah.
And those weren't, like, necessarily kept track of. So it could be more. So, also, big question, why did they eat so many dead people as snacks?
I would say I don't think they would need to eat that much. Over
9 months.
Well, still, I figure a person could last more than a day. You don't need to go out every day hunting.
They're just rude. So apparently, one theory is there was an outbreak of rinderpest, which is a cattle plague in the 1890s, which hurt the lion's usual source of food.
Oh.
It turns out that disease is now eradicated.
Oh.
There's only 2 in human existence, smallpox and rinderpest. So we don't lose our cattle and shit. Like, I think it was like 50 to 60% of their cattle died.
That's a lot.
The second theory is the lions could have been used to, like, finding and eating dead humans at the river crossing, because that's where slave caravans traveled. So they figured, because, they already didn't have respect for the humans they were trying to sell as slaves, so they would just, if someone died, they'd just dump them.
Yeah.
So they figured they just got, like, a taste, and they figured it was easier. But the third, most, like, for these 2 lions in particular, there was significant tooth damage on one of them, making it very hard for them to kill their usual prey.
Oh, okay.
So they're thinking, as of late, those 2 lions, they just had dental issues. And they're like, well, humans are much easier.
Yeah.
So what you think of the Tsavo man-eaters?
So it's a little redonkulous. Unnecessary, even.
I can't believe you never heard of these.
Them.
These lionses.
The Tsavo man-eating lions. Huh?
Yeah. Most famous man-eating lions. They were a bit intense. I was like, this isn't a true crime. If they were people, they would be.
They would be in jail.
Holy crap, if these were people. That is insane. So you don't want to watch the movie?
No, I'm good. Unless you try to do something like The Gray with Liam Neeson. Like, outside of the horror genre, I don't know how else you could sell this movie.
They gave the lions manes, though, to make them look more, I don't know, buff.
Intimidating.
Scary. Yeah. Because I think everyone just assumes male lions have the manes, which, yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah, you tell me to picture a male lion in my head. It's got a mane.
Well, did you all know about the man-eating lions?
I did not.
I did, and I've been just wanting to talk about it for a while. I'm glad you didn't know about it, so you weren't like, yeah, I've heard this before. It's my favorite movie.
It's my favorite movie.
Dodgeball and then The Ghost in the Darkness.
You and your cats.
I was like, they're not ship cats.
It's just bigger cats.
Mina cats. No ships involved. Well, except when they got shipped back to his house. And then to Chicago. Anyway, bye-bye.
Bye.